Hello, my witchy friends. It's Victory Witch ASMR, and today I thought it might be nice to take a detailed look at my witchy Christmas tree. And on that note, a blessed Yule to those who celebrate, and a happy winter solstice. The darkest days of winter are now behind us, finally. But settle in, get cozy, and let me show you my brand new tree with all of its baubles. But first, consider supporting me on Patreon. I am amazed at the community that I've built on this platform, and it's a wonderful, very cozy coven of people. By joining, you can unlock dozens of ad-free videos, audios, blog posts, and all sorts of other things, as well as get in touch with me a little more closely if that's what you're interested in doing. I love to answer my subscribers' questions via DMs on Patreon, so please join the coven today. So we'll just begin kind of in the middle of the tree. And the first ornament here is this beautiful felted fox. And he's carrying this little acorn sack. And he has a very, very fuzzy tail as well. And as you can see, I made some dried orange garland. And I just use a hole punch to make the holes, or you can just punch it out with like a pen. But it's one of my favorite ways to adorn my Christmas tree. And this year we got a little fancy and very witchy. And I got black velvet bows. They're all over the tree. I also have this set of like white baubles. They're kind of cottage core, I guess. And they all have woodland creatures on them. So this one has a little deer. And I went with a bit of a whimsical celestial theme. So I got this royal blue and gold ribbon that I wrapped around the tree. I also got these kind of gothic black star ornaments. Always trying to keep it witchy, you know. And here's that ribbon, a better, brighter view. It's got the loveliest little pointed stars on it. I love how it sounds. And I also have just some little branches of winter trees throughout, because I do use an artificial tree. And I have these beautiful bottle brush trees on the lights. And you'll see there's a little bit of like nostalgic charm on my tree. There's some ornaments from my childhood that I put on. I've also got an angel Garfield up here. An angel towards the top of the tree, of course, for good luck. My subscribers always laugh when they watched last year's video because there's a lot of Garfield. I love Garfield so much. I also got these wooden snowflakes and I'm so obsessed with them. And I always put baby's breath in my tree. My mother used to do this and now I do it too. It's a lovely wintry sort of plant. And we'll just move over to the side of the tree. Also have some wooden beads. These are new, not vintage, but I have some vintage wooden beads. Somewhere in this video I'll show you. The strand kind of ends there. But you'll notice touches of childhood, kind of totemic representations of who I am. Like this Matryoshka doll. I'm Slavic, so I like having representations of my culture on my tree. This one didn't want to focus at all. But it's meant to be a stacking doll. And here's another beautiful, it's meant to kind of be like porcelain style. My camera did not want to focus on it. And here's a deer, and it's just another like bauble style cottagecore ornament in the set I got. There's Donkey Kong also. That's my partner's. And some more of that ribbon. I painted my nails Christmassy just for this video. As well, I have a David Bowie ornament that one of my nearest and dearest friends gave to me. A beautiful glass Ziggy Stardust ornament. Love David Bowie, one of my favorite artists. And this one's just so sparkly and beautiful. You can see this black star. I put it next to him because, you know, his last album was called Black Star. The Trail of Oranges. Sounds so nice. And we'll go up here. Where shall we go? So down here, I have another bauble. And this one has a squirrel on it, of course. And I love these so much. They're so pretty. And I also have these incredible paper accordion ornaments. Like, I know I could have made these myself, but I just bought them because I really love the colors. There's white, black, and brown. I'll show you all of them. And there are those wooden snowflakes. I love them. And guitar. I am a musician. So I think I got this guitar ornament like, oh my God, so long ago already. This as a gift. And then there's all sorts of things here. These are meant to be coasters. but I've tucked them into the tree because they've got this really cute look to them. And the sticker is from, what are they called? The, like, Bibliophilia and Imaginarium sticker books. There's a name for them. I don't remember what they're called. Where's that ribbon? Okay. And, of course, pine cones everywhere, because you can't have a witchy tree without a bunch of pine cones. Here's the other one. This one's in that kind of brown color. And I really love that the paper is trimmed with kind of a gold. Like it's gilded, you know? And then there's also black ones, which are my personal favorite. They look so beautiful on the tree. And it's kind of satisfying to just grab them and do that. Okay. Now, let's see, what are we going to look at next? I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anything for you. Now, these ornaments were given to me and my partner for Christmas. They're meant to be s'mores, so that one is me with a stack of books and glasses. I don't always wear glasses, but... And then he works in, like, computer stuff. And he's in there with a laptop and, like, a book and a computer mouse. Very cute. So we're both on the tree. And another one of these wooden snowflakes. This one does not want to focus, but if you just look into the snowflake, you might fall asleep. Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty one, though. Okay, this is my probably all-time favorite ornament. It's a suffragette. And she's dressed all in purple, as they did, and she's got her sash that says votes for women. I love the suffragettes, so I had to get one. This garland also has gold antlers, so that's nice. And it also has pine cones on it that are dipped in gold glitter. So, very pretty. And I got this book. It's a little tinkly tingly. But it says "'Twas the night before Christmas" on it. And I just like that it's a book, really. I really want like a typewriter ornament at some point as well. But see, it's a sizably thick book and it has sparkly edges on it, on the white parts of the pages. So, love that so much. And it adds a lot to the tree. Super pretty. And down here, I have another one of these coasters with this kind of funny looking lady coming out of some holly. Very pretty. And made of wood, like slabs of wood. And here's another one. Hold it in the light here. Of Santa with his sack of toys. And a little kid. They make delightful sounds. And I just nestle them in the branches. They're nice to have lower down because if the cats knock them down, it doesn't really matter. I've also got Tigger to go with Pooh Bear. These are from the 90s and they're from my childhood. I always recommend, if you're trying to go for a cohesive aesthetic for your tree, by all means, that's great. But if you're trying to do a witchy tree, I always recommend putting special symbolic things from your childhood on your tree. Like this one from Walt Disney World. This is Figment, and I actually named my cat after him. He is a purple dragon that's always getting into some kind of mischief. So, of course, I have the ornaments version of him. And I think my favorite detail on the tree is these ribbons. I just love them so much. They're so elegant and so Victorian, But then you have lots of modern touches, like this ribbon. As well, if we kneel down here, this year I got ornaments to represent our two cats. So this one is Fig, Gray Cat. You can watch my cat ASMR video to meet them formally. And they're felted. And this one is Wilbury, of course, my orange cat. And he is named after the Traveling Wilburys, one of my absolute favorite bands. These were just so cute and they go together so well. And I was like, wow, I need to get these, obviously. So they sit together on those branches. And let's see, I have another one of these paper ornaments. When you decorate your Christmas tree, you always kind of forget, how many filler ornaments you need. So I was glad to get this set. And I also have those snow-dusted pine cones in garland form. They're very pretty. And they're on a twine style rope. And here's another one of those gold antlers. Super pretty. And smooth to the touch. And here's some vintage beaded garland. My mother has more of this, and I'm going to see if I can take some of it home when I visit at Christmas. Because it's multicolored and it looks really witchy, it's jewel tones. I also have cinnamon scented pine cones throughout the tree to really boost the cinnamon scents, and I'll show you in a second. But I also put cinnamon sticks in the tree. And our stockings, now everything's very hairy here because we have two cats. And here's the tree skirt. It's one of my favorite tree skirts. It has such a lovely texture, kind of knitted, But there's candy canes and stockings and wreaths and sweaters, snowflakes and holly. And I always put my pumpkins from Halloween season under the tree, because why not? You end up with a lot of excess pumpkins when you're a witch, so. I also have my Pickety Pal here. A little demonic cat under the tree never hurt anyone. And let's see what else we have up here. So the beads, I kind of regret not getting 2 strands because it's a bit short. And I would have liked to wrap it around the tree a little bit more. It kind of abruptly ends. But I would love for you to tell me in the comments like how you decorate your tree, what your favorite things are about the season in general. So everybody has different things that they like. I also have a really tiny Pooh Bear. And it's on like kind of an elasticized cord. And of course there's jingle bells on the tree as well. Would not be complete without some jingle bells here and there. Now, if you look closely, let's see, actually we'll go here. I have one more of these like coaster style things. This is a bunch of different stars. There's that one and there's this one. And again, they just add kind of a fun, natural feel to the tree that I really, really like. And let's see. So here's my tree's secret. If you look between the branches, there is also an angel Garfield at the bottom of the tree. And I nestle him like into the tree. And I found him a couple of years ago. He's like from my childhood. So I'm happy to have him in there blessing the tree, you know. But yeah, that's my tree secret. At the top, I've also got some cinnamon sticks that I use the adjustable bendy branches to kind of wrap around them. It's just kind of a fun little extra witchy thing to add. Plus it brings a lovely fragrance into your home. And of course that ribbon wraps all the way up and through the tree. If you've ever had, actually, look, I have this needle point right behind the tree that I wanted to show you as well with an orange cat. But if you've ever had to wrap ribbon around a tree, you know that it's not very easy sometimes. Yeah, I find it a little bit frustrating. So that's this side of the tree. And let's see over here. We work our way all the way up. I've also got this wooden acorn ornament with a sparkly little top on it. I love this one, and I like putting it towards the top of the tree. And then I must, of course, show you my star. And this one is reminiscent of my favorite star from when I was a kid. My mom still uses the same star, and it's gold, just like this, with prismatic, multicolored sparkles. And it's just a very nostalgic fixture and a super important part of my Christmas tree. I love it so, so much. And yeah, it's just quite a large star. If you watch my Christmas tree tour from last year, we had a much smaller tree, and we managed to get a bigger one this year, which is wonderful, as I felt like the star was way too big for it, and that I was packing things onto the tree, and there wasn't enough space for everything, you know. I also have these lights hung up around the room, and they are kind of retro. They're not actually old lights because that's a fire hazard, but they're retro style. So they have these lovely bulbs that are meant to kind of look incandescent, but they're not. So we hang those up around the room at Christmas time to bring a cozy vibe. And honestly, we leave them up until like the end of February. So that's just kind of like part of the winter um, atmosphere in the house. I don't have it quite yet. I get it on Yule, but I'll go to the market and get a bundle of fresh pine and cedar usually and hang it above my mantle. But of course, my broomstick is right next to the tree, leaning up against it, next to my hearth. I always put my broomstick nearby, and I was happy this year that it worked out, that we could put this lovely reusable tree right next to the hearth or my altar. And I always want a real Christmas tree in principle because it smells really good. But we have 2 cats and I don't want them to eat it. I know they will. And shower pine needles all over the place, and it's just not good for them or for me. So we've gone with a reusable tree, and we'll probably have this exact same tree for like 20 years. Here's a fox bauble that I forgot to show you. Probably my favorite of the cottagecore baubles. And there's another cinnamon pine cone. And those multicolored wooden beads. And another accordion paper ornament. Really beautiful. The cats really like pawing at that one. They're really nice if you're afraid of breaking things. And this garland also has in glitter dipped pine or fur, I don't know. I also have this garland that looks kind of like an orange cat's tail. I just think it's really pretty, so I put it on my mantle every year. And yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. So I'll put it on the mantle. And I also bought some Douglas pine matches. So when you light them, the whole room smells like Douglas pine. And it's actually so magical and enchanting. I love those matches so much. But as I record this voiceover, it is Yule. It's the winter solstice. And I'm about to do some Yule traditions, which I'll talk about on Patreon, and cozy up with a hot cup of cocoa in front of the fire and just reflect on the darkness turning into light finally. Oh, it won't get dark super early anymore, and it's going to be such a welcome relief. I'm so looking forward to that. But thank you so much for watching this video and for being patient with me. I've been going through all sorts of things recently, and so I've had to take another break from YouTube. But I love you all very truly, and thank you for being here.